Chapter 90. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Dear passengers, please note that the plane is about to take off. The flight attendant's reminder to take off ended the awkward chat between An Liang and the middle-aged greasy man. An Liang actually felt relieved. It was okay that this middle-aged greasy man liked to dress up, but the key was that he didn't have much experience yet. The greasy middle-aged man pretended to be embarrassed, but he still couldn't recognize An Liang's real coins. Isn't this too embarrassing? The plane took off after taxiing. When the plane entered advection flight, the greasy middle-aged man started beeping again. He pretended to lower his voice, but in fact the volume was still loud enough for the young woman next to the window to hear it. Little brother, if your travel budget is insufficient, you can actually choose a boutique chain hotel like New Seasons. Our unit has a cooperative relationship with New Seasons Hotel, and I can help you arrange internally negotiated prices. The greasy middle-aged man said, if an ordinary graduate travels, a boutique express hotel chain like New Seasons is indeed a good choice. Before An Liang complained, the young woman who had swapped places with An Liang took the initiative to say, Uncle, I beg you to stop talking, I can't hold it in anymore, my stomach is going to cramp from laughing. At this moment, the middle-aged greasy man was as full of questions as a child of 5 years and 400 months. Did he tell a joke? It seems not. Or did he say something that made An Liang's answer full of ridiculousness? Where? The young woman wearing sunglasses continued, Hotel Eclat is a very famous luxury hotel in the imperial capital. Of course, you don't understand, but I can understand. From what this middle-aged greasy man said just now, there is only a strong smell of country bumpkin. I would like to remind you that the starting price of Hotel Eclat is 1,800 yuan per night, and slightly better room types will be more expensive. The young woman added. I believe this guy did not book an entry-level room, because their entry-level rooms do not provide pickup service. The young woman looked at An Liang sighed. I suddenly felt that the New Season Hotel is not bad. After all, there is an internal agreement on the price. At least it can solve some problems. Ha 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 ha. The young woman couldn't help but burst into laughter. The middle-aged greasy man's face changed constantly. After a long time, it turned out that he was just playing monkey tricks, and which monkey was he? The middle-aged greasy man took a deep breath, he gritted his teeth and said, Little brother, are you going too far? An Liang asked in confusion, am I going too far? Before the middle-aged greasy man could respond, An Liang continued to respond, Uncle, I can understand that you want to show off. After all, it is normal to be unable to help yourself in front of a beautiful woman. But, I've told you, I'm staying at Hotel Eclat, and you're still beeping and beeping. You don't know Hotel Eclat, so who's to blame? The greasy middle-aged man was speechless. He said he was autistic. Just as An Liang finished speaking, the young woman wearing sunglasses by the window handed over her mobile phone, with text written in a memo on the phone, Thank you little brother for coming to the rescue. My name is Chen Xiyu. Nice to meet you. An Liang used the other party's mobile phone to enter text in the memo, Hello, little sister, my name is An Liang, no need to be polite, I just can't stand such greasy middle-aged people. When handing over the phone, An Liang used the interpersonal relationship system to check Chen Xiyu's information. Chen Xiyu, age, 20. Height, 178 cm, weight, 55 kg, appearance, 94. Figure, 98. Special, 96. Favorability, 60. Looking at Chen Xiyu's message, An Liang was shocked. Her height reached 1.78 meters. Damn it. If I choose a pair of higher heels, wouldn't it be as tall as An Liang? The figure data is also exaggerated, with a score of 98. Maybe it's because Chen Xiyu is sitting down now, so she can't see it, but the score of the life winner system can't be wrong. The score of this figure is too high, right? The special points are also very powerful. The favorability level exceeds the passerby level, which means that if both parties add WeChat, they will become friends. An Liang took another look at the greasy middle-aged man who was wearing a tough outfit. Li Kun, age, 46. Height, 169 cm, weight, 72 kg, favorability, -15, disgusted state. An Liang did not check the middle-aged greasy man's information in detail at all. At the age of 46, he was indeed a middle-aged greasy man. What's more important is the height of 1.69 meters. Chen Siyu's height is 1.78 meters, right? So this middle-aged greasy man is a fan of Ms. Jingru Liang. Can you sing courage to perfection? I have to admire the thick-skinnedness of this middle-aged greasy man, which is definitely a rare level. As for the negative favorability, this is completely understandable. After he had just been exposed by An Liang while pretending to be crazy, he could not dislike An Liang for being unscientific, but An Liang doesn't care at all. The intersection between him and this middle-aged greasy man was probably just that. From now on, they were two parallel lines with no intersection. Chapter 92. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Hotel Eclat, the deluxe pool suite booked by An Liang, has a swimming pool inside the suite and the room area reaches 110 square meters. Although it lags behind Aminyanjian in all aspects, the prices are different. After successfully checking in, An Liang first tried the indoor swimming pool. The weather in the imperial capital was too dry and very hot, and Liang swam twice with a less elegant swimming style before contacting Lu Sini on WeChat. Little sister, I've arrived. After An Liang sent the message, he also sent a location. Lu Sini quickly replied to the message, no problem, I will get off work immediately and arrange imperial roast duck for you in the evening. An Liang directly sent a black question mark face. Before, he asked Lu Sini to take him to taste the special delicacies of the imperial capital, so it was the imperial capital roast duck. Although imperial roast duck is indeed one of the most representative delicacies of imperial capital, has An Liang never eaten imperial roast duck? To be honest, where in the country is imperial roast duck not available? Don't you want to eat imperial roast duck? Lu Sini asked. Thank you. No need to talk about the imperial roast duck. Forget it, I will arrange it myself. An Liang replied to the message, if you want to eat imperial roast duck, do you still need to come to Imperial City? The Starlight Center opposite An Liang's house has imperial roast duck, and it tastes really good. How about hot pot mutton? Lu Sini replied to the message again. An Liang is speechless. Little sister, are you messing with my mentality? An Liang sent the message, is there any difference between hot pot mutton and imperial roast duck? If you have to tell the difference, one is duck, one is mutton, one is roasted, and the other is blanched. Shabu shabu mutton is also available all over the country, and the taste is not much different. Say it yourself, what do you want to eat? Lu Sini sends inquiry message, excuse me. I'll take my leave. I'll take care of it myself. An Liang replied to the message. Lu Sini immediately replied to the message, okay, no joke, I have made a reservation. I will take you to the most authentic fried liver, fried tripe, and braised pork belly. Fried liver, fried tripe and braised pork belly are the specialties of the imperial capital, and they are down-to-earth delicacies. For example, Chang'an's mutton steamed buns, Jianfu's maokai, Xingqing's hot pot and skewers, etc., all represent local characteristics and are very down-to-earth. Oh, woman. An Liang's reply message, I'll get off work in 15 minutes and drive over to pick you up. I'll arrive in about an hour. You can pack up first. Lu Sini sent a message, and Liang replied with a message, and then went to take a shower first. Although I just swam, swimming is swimming and bathing is bathing. Who knows how much disinfectant powder is put in the swimming pool? When he was just swimming, An Liang noticed that there was probably too much disinfectant powder in the swimming pool. Perhaps it was to ensure the hygiene of the swimming pool. But is that too much disinfectant powder? After taking a shower, An Liang sent Li Xian a safe arrival message. I vomited. Xian, the weather in the imperial capital is poisonous, dry, and hot. Fortunately, I did not choose a school in the imperial capital. An Liang complained about the environment in the imperial capital. In fact, this is indeed the case. A lot of people come to the imperial capital and cannot accept the dry weather, causing all kinds of nosebleeds. When you check into a hotel, remember to ask the hotel for a humidifier. Li Xian replied to the message, don't worry, this hotel is okay, it comes with its own humidifier. An Liang took a photo of an indoor swimming pool and sent it, then he continued to complain, there was too much disinfectant powder in the swimming pool. It was impossible to swim. I was defrauded by the hotel again. You deserve it. Li Xian replied to the message. The two chatted for a while, and Li Xian continued to study English, just as Lu Xini also arrived at the parking lot of Hotel Eclat, and Liang and Lu Xini met in the underground parking lot while talking. Lu Xini's car was a red Mazda Ancasila, with a retail price of 120,000 to 30,000 yuan, and Liang got into the passenger seat skillfully and asked casually, young lady actually has an Imperial City license plate, is that okay? Lu Xini responded, old Imperial City people, do you want to know? Both Imperial City license plates and Magic City license plates are difficult to obtain, so this I'm afraid the price of an Imperial license plate exceeds the price of this car, right? It's a bit far away, and based on the traffic jam, it would probably take more than an hour. Lu Xini explained the situation, and Liang complained, is this called a traffic jam? Although the traffic is slow now, it is at least moving forward slowly, right? Lu Xini was confused. I remember I told you that I am from Xingqing, right? An Liang responded, the traffic jam in Xingqing is the real traffic jam. Are you sure you're not in Hei's hometown? Lu Xini joked. Xingqing still needs to be dark. An Liang complained, the traffic is notoriously bad. In fact, Xingqing's traffic problem really does not need to be criticized. Xingqing's traffic jam is a little more serious, that is, it is so blocked that you can't move. Do you still need to criticize it? As Lu Xini predicted, in almost an hour, the Mazda Ancasila turned into a small alley, she parked the car on the side of the road, and greeted An Liang to get out of the car. We're here, let's go, I'll take you to try the most authentic fried liver, fried tripe and braised pork belly. Lu Xini greeted. Chapter 94. You are listening at novelfull.audio. An Liang looked at the other two people at the table opposite, and he took the initiative to ask, are you his friends? The two of them shook their heads in denial. No. No. We are not friends. Those who share a table, we just share a table, the words were repeated and the eyes were wandering. It was most likely a lie. An Liang didn't care. He reminded, the store has surveillance, and you are all witnesses. The patrol comrades will be here in a while. Do you understand? Got it, got it. Understand, we tell the truth. They both said honestly, and Liang nodded with satisfaction, then sat down opposite Lu Xini and continued to take a bite of the braised large intestine. He likes to eat fat intestines, and the braised version is very good. Tasty. An Liang said affirmatively, Miss, the store you recommended is good. Lu Xini looked at An Liang speechlessly. This guy just knocked down a person, but he was still in the mood to eat. You. Lu Xini looked at An Liang hesitantly. An Liang ate another piece of large intestine, and he responded, eat it, little sister, don't you like it? Lu Xini was unable to complain, she pointed to the person lying on the ground, aren't you worried? What am I worried about? An Liang responded nonchalantly, he provoked him first. I took a look and found that the store was under surveillance. I didn't do anything to him. At most, it only hurt him. He is just unconscious now. This can be solved when the patrol comrades come. An Liang complained, come to think of it, my impression of your imperial capital suddenly changed a lot. This kind of thing makes me feel like I'm living in the old times. Uncle Bao personally brought fried liver over and said apologetically, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, little brother, you misunderstood. In fact, this is the first time something like this has happened. We have never had any problems here before. An Liang was speechless, how could he answer this question, so why blame him? In fact, it's really his fault. Whether it is the person lying on the ground or the two people who have broken off their relationship, they are all staff of the National Security Agency. This time they are working with Lu Xini, so that Lu Xini gets a chance for a beautiful woman to save a hero. Of course, the so-called beauty saving the hero does not mean that Lu Xini will deal with the three grown men in a snap, but to shock them with words, and then join forces with the patrol comrades to completely solve the trouble. In this way, An Liang's relationship with Lu Xini takes a further step, and Lu Xini plans to use An Liang's power to track down the White Face group that failed to investigate before. In the end, who knew that An Liang would not follow the routine? In less than 10 minutes, the patrol comrade appeared. After extracting the security surveillance video of the stew shop and the testimonies of the diners, An Liang did not even need to go to the patrol room to record a statement. After all, it was just a small dispute and the parties involved were not harmed, so the small storm ended. For An Liang, this little disturbance is great. Because An Liang acquired a proficient level skill, which is still a very practical skill, kickboxing. From now on Brother Liang's nickname will be Brother Song. When you see injustice on the road, roar, take action when it's time to take action. After the patrol comrades took the client away, the two friends of the client also left in a hurry. Lu Xini asked curiously, "Kid, you are a good fighter." "What a joke. What a joke." Growing up, he was known as the school bully, but he was just a subordinate. An Liang was talking nonsense. Do you want to tell the truth? You didn't even drink at the bar. How can you still be drunk? After finishing the stewed meal, the Life Winner system sent out another prompt message. Ding! The host gets a pleasant taste bud enjoyment. Congratulations to the host for getting Food Enjoyment Cashback Card. Food Enjoyment Cashback Card. The host organizes a food enjoyment activity for up to 4 people. When the food enjoyment activity ends, the host will receive a cashback of 1 to 100 times the corresponding consumption, and additionally receive a satisfaction bonus from the rest of the people except the host. Become cashback card for food enjoyment. Wait a moment. An Liang has gotten this before. The last time he got this card, An Liang chose a banquet to entertain Liang Shui, Zhao Yu, and Liang Shui's assistant Russell Fun, and finally received a cashback reward of nearly 6 million, so by having a free meal of stew, not only did you get a proficient kickboxing skill for nothing, but you also got a cashback card for food enjoyment. This is a double happiness. It is said that blessings come in pairs, but misfortunes never come alone. Do not ask. Ask is the winner of life template arrangement. An Liang thought that if he used the cashback card to enjoy food this time, he would have to collect at least 5 million, right? Is that the rhythm of giving away free cars at car shows? That seems to be the meaning. It is indeed a winner system in life. It is clearly arranged. This process makes An Liang really happy. An Liang, who was addicted to prostitution, asked, "Miss, do you have any recommendations for similar old restaurants, which are not only limited to braised food, but also other ones?" Lu Xini glared at An Liang. Her good show was completely after being ruined by An Liang. You still want to continue to make money. Take a shower and go to sleep. Dream well. Nothing in the dream. Chapter 96. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Facing Li Tsunyuan's inquiry, An Liang responded casually, "I don't have any goals at the moment. Let's take a look. By the way, do you two brothers have goals?" Huang Maoga Yun Haiyang responded first, "I have too many goals. Now this new one Hurricane, as well as the high-end Audi Urus, the Ferrari 488 Pista next door, and the unlisted SF90, McLaren's new GT, the BMW M8 Thunder version, the Mercedes-Benz AMG GTR, the Audi RS7, and more." Li Tsunyuan interrupted Yun Haiyang, "Stop talking, you can't afford it." An Liang almost laughed out loud. "Isn't this, you can't afford, too real?" Yun Haiyang admitted openly, "Oh. Brother Yuan, borrow some money. I want to buy a BMW M8 Thunder Edition. The standard 4-seater comfortable sports car only takes 0 to 100 seconds in 3.2 seconds. This is outrageous, okay? Really? It's too strong. The price of 2.2 million is also outrageous." Li Tsunyuan responded unceremoniously. The three of them left the Lamborghini booth. The next target was naturally Ferrari. Lamborghini and Ferrari are natural enemies. The two supercar manufacturers are at odds with each other. As soon as they arrived at the Ferrari booth, An Liang discovered an acquaintance. Chen Xiyu was actually in the Ferrari booth. Although car models are prohibited at current auto shows, manufacturers have all kinds of fancy operations, such as arranging beautiful salespersons. Even if the salespersons cannot pose like car models, beauties can attract people. Wow! Ferrari is awesome. This sale, afraid of being 1.8 meters tall. An Liang is only a little over 1.7 meters tall. He said that the pressure is huge. Li Tsunyuan nodded. I'm afraid it's about the same. I suddenly felt like I was in love, but at the same time I felt like I was out of love. Brother Huang Mao said, pretending to be sad. Li Tsunyuan seconded, Xiao Huang, your conditions are a bit lacking, and you are indeed self-aware. An Liang stared at Li Tsunyuan with a death gaze. I have a good memory, Brother Yuan. Xiao Huang is your grandpa's dog. We went to play together when we were young. Yeah. Li Tsunyuan suddenly realized, I forgot. An Liang almost laughed out loud. An Liang looked at Chen Xiyu and sighed, Brother Yuan, don't you go and try. I want to try it too, but I also have self-awareness. Li Tsunyuan responded, Brother, can you try? An Liang responded, shall we make a bet? How do you want to bet, buddy? Li Tsunyuan asked back. How about betting on a meal? I will go and get prestige. If I get prestige, you will treat me at noon. If I fail, I will treat you at noon. An Liang told about the bet, then he added, whether it's braised and stir-fried liver, or mutton boiled, as long as it's not bean juice, I can accept it. Li Tsunyuan agreed, no problem. An Liang sighed, actually, the bean juice is really delicious. An Liang is grateful but not sensitive. An Liang really can't accept that sour fermented drink. The stage is given to you, buddy, we are optimistic about you. An Liang added. An Liang nodded slightly and walked past the crowd into the Ferrari booth. However, someone walked towards Chen Xiyu first. Hello, I would like to know about Pista. A business elite man wearing a white shirt, looking about 30 years old, and wearing rimless glasses asked Chen Xiyu. Hello sir, what do you need to know? Chen Xiyu asked back. By the way, my name is Shenhao, the general manager of Daidu Xinqing Entertainment Company. Shenhao introduced proudly. An Liang, who was walking over, heard about Xinqing Entertainment Company. He was slightly stunned. The name seemed familiar, as if he had heard it somewhere. I would like to ask, are there any restrictions on purchasing Pista now? Shenhao asked. With its excellent appearance, the Ferrari 488 Pista became a hot hit right after it was launched, which led dealers to impose various so-called purchase restrictions, for example, Ferrari membership, Ferrari car purchase records, and even price increases. But with the passage of time, coupled with the tightening of Dacia's National 6 environmental protection policy, various restrictions were lifted and price increases were impossible. Now there are even discounts. Chen Xiyu explained the situation, and she said, if you reserve a 488 Pista at the auto show, we will also give away a series of gift packages, including an invisible car cover worth 100,000 yuan, a parking security system, and 3 years or 100,000 kilometers of maintenance, etc. Chen Hao thought about it for a moment before saying, since there are no purchase restrictions, I am very interested in Pista. Let's add a prestige. I will look at Lamborghini and McLaren next door and finally make a choice. Chen Xiyu saw through Chen Hao's trick in an instant. He just wanted to add WeChat. An Liang also saw through the other party's tricks to attract girls. According to this operation, I'm afraid the next step is to put various conditions in WeChat. For example, buy a car and get a car model for free. Oh. Sorry. Car models are not allowed in auto shows now, so it means buying a car and getting sales for free? No wonder supercars are sold for free. After all, selling cars for free is free of sales. How can this be done without sales? Wait a minute, Is there any sales fee for men? Chapter 97. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At Ferrari's booth, Shenhao tried to gain Chen Siyu's prestige through his intention to buy a car, but Chen Siyu changed the subject with a smile. Sir, do you need any other information about 488 Pista? Chen Siyu had a business-like attitude. Shenhao responded, I also need to know some of your discount information. Let's add a prestige and you can send the relevant information to me via WeChat, okay? By the way, our Shenqing Entertainment Company mainly explores internet celebrity resources. I think your conditions are very good. Maybe we have other opportunities for cooperation. Shenhao added, and Liang finally remembered why he felt that Shenqing Entertainment Company sounded familiar. It was because the Shenqing Guild was a little worried about it before. Shenqing Guild belongs to this Shenqing Entertainment Company, right? Ahem. An Liang coughed, attracting the attention of Shenhao and Chen Siyu. Chen Siyu saw An Liang, and her eyes lit up. She knew that An Liang was an onmyoji. When they were on the plane, An Liang used yin and yang magic to beat up the greasy middle-aged man. There is nothing to say, now it is time for An Liang's yin and yang magic to appear. Uncle, are you buying a car or flirting with a girl? An Liang opened his mouth with yin and yang magic. He didn't mean to slow down at all, it was just soul torture. Chen Siyu almost laughed out loud. This guy. Chen Siyu's eyes drifted to An Liang. As expected, An Liang was still the onmyoji. Facing An Liang's straightforward inquiry, Shenhao frowned secretly, but still responded patiently, little brother, I really want to buy a car. After all, this car costs more than 4 million, so it's time to learn more about it. An Liang added. He replied, it's just a car. There are no parameters online. If you really want to buy it, why don't you know it in advance? Shenhao was stunned speechless. What An Liang said made sense, but he didn't know how to refute it. If you really want to buy it, I'm afraid you've already checked various parameters online, right? An Liang picked up a model introduction brochure and handed it to Shenhao. Here, all the parameter information of this car is available in detail. Take a quick look and decide whether to buy it or not. Shenhao naturally said he didn't receive the model introduction brochure. His target was indeed Chen Siyu, not a Ferrari sports car with a naked price of more than 4 million. Little brother, it seems like it has nothing to do with you whether I buy it or not. Shenhao looked at An Liang with a cold face. An Liang responded, originally, it really has nothing to do with me whether you buy it or not, but now that I want to buy this car, it's a waste of time for you to waste your time. Got my time. You want to buy? Shenhao looked at An Liang. Although An Liang was wearing the latest Gucci summer clothes and wearing a $1 million Patek Philippe 5160/500G001, Shenhao only recognized the Gucci summer clothes, and he did not recognize the Patek Philippe 5160/500G001, for ordinary people, wearing the latest Gucci summer clothes is indeed rich. But for Ferrari 488 Pista, what is a mere set of Gucci summer clothes? I want to buy it. Do you have any opinions? An Liang asked back. Shenhao sneered, then you buy it. Little brother, let me remind you that the bare car price of this car starts at 4.18 million. With all the options and taxes added together, even if there is no need to increase the price now, it will still cost around 6 million before it can be purchased. 0.6 million is not much, but there is not much that can be spent. Taking the imperial capital as an example, and taking 6 million as the limit, if the value of real estate, stocks, funds, vehicles, and various cash equivalents are added to calculate the property together, according to ordinary people's understanding, most people in the imperial city can achieve it, right? But in fact it is not. There are only about 300,000 people in the entire imperial city who have more than 6 million property limits, and there are 21 million people in the imperial city. As for spending 6 million in cash. In 2019, Ferrari sold a total of 6 million in the entire Dacia kingdom, including Dacia's Taiwan Island, Dacia's Hong Kong Island, and Dacia's Menao Island. 836 vehicles were purchased, 80% of them are models with a landing price of less than 5 million, as for the Ferrari Lafa, a magic car worth more than 20 million? In this era, the big brother who is still boasting about the Ferrari Laffa, 99% are the keyboard car god doesn't understand the progress of the times at all, sir. It died early in the morning. The Ferrari Laffa is more about feelings, as for performance. An Liang's Porsche 911 Turbo S beat it by seconds, okay? In short, 6 million sports cars have nothing to do with 99.999% of people. Otherwise, Dacia has a population of 1.4 billion and sales of less than 1,000 units a year. An Liang looks very young. Shenhao wonders if An Liang has two. It doesn't matter if he is 10 years old, so Shenhao simply doesn't believe that An Liang can afford a Ferrari 488 Pista that costs 6 million. Yun Haiyang and Li Tsunyuan, who were watching the excitement, looked at each other. This guy really wants to buy 488 Pista. Yun Haiyang was a little stunned. A random passerby he met at the auto show was actually a super boss. Li Tsunyuan responded, "It's really possible. His watch is Patek Philippe 5160/500G001, which costs more than 1 million. Watch, what kind of family is this? Are you thinking about it? What a coincidence. My third uncle is in Xingqing, and my cousin is also there. I'll send a WeChat message to see if this young man from a wealthy family should be famous there, right?" Yun Haiyang pondered. Chapter 99. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chen Xiu asked again, "Really buy it? Really buy it?" An Liang looked at Chen Xiu seriously, thus dispelling Chen Xiu's worries. "Wait a minute, how much does your car cost? I just forgot to ask." Chen Xiu is speechless. Shenhao is also speechless. Does An Liang not know the price? Please. After all, it's a supercar costing around 6 million, but An Liang didn't even ask about the price. This 488 Pista is almost fully equipped, including air suspension, electric passenger seat and memory, carbon ceramic brake disc, seat tilt, etc. It also comes standard with CarPlay and other technological configurations. The total price is 6.4 million, and we will give it away. Before Chen Xiu could finish speaking, he was interrupted by An Liang. Needless to say about the gifts, you are going to give away this product anyway, right? An Liang said jokingly again. Chen Xiu rolled his eyes at An Liang. "If you really buy it, then I'll give it to you as a gift. It's a deal, just swipe your card." An Liang handed over the bank card. Ferrari's sales manager had been waiting aside for a long time. When Chen Xiu took the bank card, he quickly interjected, "Sir, let's sign the sales contract first. Pay the full amount directly and you will watch the processing." An Liang responded. "Okay, we will handle it immediately and register him as a Ferrari member." The sales manager responded respectfully. The price of 6.4 million was paid in full for the car. Isn't the current backlash too arrogant? In less than a quarter of an hour, the car purchase contract was settled, related gifts were obtained, and the card payment was also successfully completed. 640 The Ferrari 488 Pista worth 100,000 yuan was purchased directly. When An Liang signed the car purchase contract, Shenhao had already left quietly. After An Liang paid, Yun Haiyang and Li Tsunyuan came over. Yun Haiyang greeted enthusiastically, "Congratulations. Brother Liang is happy to introduce 488 Pista." Ferrari's sales manager looked at Li Tsunyuan and greeted him politely, "Mr. Li, Mr. Yun, welcome." An Liang took a special look at the two passers-by. From the attitude of the Ferrari sales manager, it seems that these two guys are not simple either. "By the way, Brother Liang, let me reintroduce you. My name is Yun Haiyang, and Yun Xia is my cousin. Thank you Brother Liang for saving Xinqing. You will be my brother from now on." Yun Haiyang introduced himself familiarly, and Liang had a black question mark on his face. Isn't this world too small? However, what does it mean for Yun Haiyang to recognize him as his brother? "My dear brother, would you like to lend me this Pista?" Yun Haiyang added. An Liang said he vomited. Is this person really Yun Xia's cousin? Just wait a moment and I'll ask Ms. Yun. An Liang sent a message on his mobile phone to ask about Yun Xie, and even took a photo of Yun Haiyang. Yun Haiyang cooperated and was photographed. After the message was sent, he received Yun Xie's voice the next moment, and An Liang naturally connect. Hello, Mr. An, Yun Haiyang is indeed my cousin. His personality is a bit out of the ordinary, so please bear with me. Yun Xie said quickly. An Liang finally saw Yun Haiyang's out-of-the-box personality. Okay, Ms. Yun, I have something else to do here. Goodbye. Yun Xie took the initiative to end the call. Yun Haiyang looked at An Liang suspiciously. Does he know his cousin and his cousin's cold personality? But now it seems that his cousin is not cold at all. Bar. My dear brother, do you believe me now? Yun Haiyang asked shamelessly. Belief means belief, and there is no problem in lending it to you for a while, but you know, I am from Xingqing, and I am going to take it back to Xingqing. If you want to have fun, then go to Xingqing. An Liang made his request. Yun Haiyang gritted his teeth and said, okay. Just in time to go see my cousin. An Liang complained, to be honest, this car is not good, the 0 to 100 time actually takes 2.85 seconds. Isn't 2.85 seconds strong? Yun Haiyang looked at An Liang speechlessly. Brother, do you have any misunderstandings about sports cars? An Liang said doubtfully, my current car can go from 0 to 100 miles per hour in only 2.7 seconds. The key is that the price is less than half of that, so what's so exciting about it? Yun Haiyang had a black question mark on his face. Dear brother, please tell me something human. The speed from 0 to 100 miles per hour is only 2.7 seconds. Yun Haiyang said that he was so sour that he turned into lemon essence. What kind of car is my brother playing now? Li Tsunyuan spoke first. Isn't the Porsche 911 top of the range? After Li Tsunyuan's reminder, Yun Haiyang also thought of the answer. My dear brother, when will you return to Xingqing? I will go back with you. Porsche 911 Turbo S, plus Ferrari 488 Pista, this trip will be worth it. An Liang complained, didn't you just say you were going to see your cousin? Ah ha ha ha. Yun Haiyang sneered, I mainly want to see my cousin in Shaoxinqin, and play with 2 top sports cars. Brother, do you think it's okay? That it was not easy for An Liang to guess Yun Xie's identity. The Ferrari sales manager just took the initiative to say hello to the two of them, thus showing that their identities were also not easy. An Liang naturally did not refuse. No problem at all. An Liang agreed. Li Tsunyuan helped by saying, I will be a host at noon to celebrate meeting brother An Liang. Chapter 100. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This was their previous bet. An Liang spent 6.4 million to buy a Ferrari 488 Pista. In the eyes of Li Tsunyuan and Yun Haiyang, they could naturally get Chen Siyu's WeChat account. Haha, I'm here to invite you at noon. In fact, this beauty and I have known each other for a long time. An Liang took the initiative to confess, it was just a trivial matter in the first place. So fierce, dear brother. Yun Haiyang said with envy. He was one head lower than Chen Siyu, and he couldn't sing Courage by Miss Liang. Li Tsunyuan responded with a smile, I am willing to admit defeat, regardless of whether I knew you in advance or not. An Liang glanced at Li Tsunyuan. This man has a really good character. Okay, then thank you brother Yuan for the hospitality. An Liang responded. Li Tsunyuan took out his mobile phone and called up the QR code of WeChat. Add WeChat first. Haiyang and I will go to other booths and call you later. An Liang added Li Tsunyuan and Yun Haiyang respectively before responding, let's go together. I also want to see Audi's Q7. Our old man specially asked about this. Okay. Li Tsunyuan was curious. An Liang bought a Ferrari 488 Pista worth more than 6 million yuan. Is his father optimistic about the Q7? So low-key. The three of them went to the Audi booth to look around. The new Audi Q7 still has many problems. For example, the appearance is not domineering enough, or like his younger brother, the Audi Q5L, which is overpriced and so on, but as for Audi, after waiting 2 months for its launch, isn't it just 20% off? It was approaching noon. Li Tsunyuan asked, Brother Liang, how about we go cook the mutton at noon? An Liang naturally did not refuse, everything will be done according to Brother Yuan's arrangements. Okay, let's go directly. Li Tsunyuan decided, by the way, do you want to call the Ferrari salesperson? An Liang waved his hand and said. What's going on with our 3 buddies? Yes, it's about the 3 of us buddies. Yun Haiyang said in agreement. In the parking lot outside the International Exhibition Center, An Liang discovered that Li Tsunyuan's car was actually a Mercedes-Benz E300L. Such a situation made him unable to complain. He seemed to be at odds with the Mercedes-Benz E300L. Before getting in the car, An Liang specially used the interpersonal relationship system checked the favorability of the 2 people. Among them, Yun Haiyang's favorability was higher, reaching a height of 69 points, just shy of entering the category of good friends. Li Tsunyuan's favorability also exceeded 6.10. At 62 o'clock, it transcended the relationship between passers-by and entered the category of friends. About half an hour later, Li Tsunyuan took An Liang to a courtyard. As he walked, he introduced, it's not easy to find here. Rumor has it that it's not easy to find here. The master is a great master in the palace before. Yun Haiyang added, the mutton shabu-shabu taste of this restaurant is particularly good. Anyway, in the imperial capital, I personally think that he is the number 1. By the way, brother, An Liang directly interrupted Yun Haiyang. Brother Haiyang, you are too polite, just call me by my name. An Liang really can't bear the title of brother. This guy is a good person from the imperial capital. Why did he become Master Hala? Yun Haiyang was joking to call him brother. He does like to play with cars, but it doesn't mean he has never played with them. Ferraris and top-end Porsches are more of a joke. Even if you tell An Liang that you want to go to Xingqing, it is just to test An Liang and see if An Liang can make friends. As for really going to Xingqing doesn't even have a racing track. A top-notch supercar. Go and have some fun. In the north wing of the courtyard, 3 people sat down, and a middle-aged man who looked to be in his 40s came in. He greeted him familiarly. Tsunyuan, what are your plans for today? Uncle Zhou, please look at the arrangement and make some Xingqing spicy dipping sauce. We are entertaining Xingqing's friends today. Li Tsunyuan explained. Uncle Zhou glanced at An Liang, then nodded and said, okay. Let me prepare it for you. After waiting for Uncle Zhou to leave the north wing, Yun Haiyang continued, it is said that Uncle Zhou's grandfather served Lafayette. His father passed down the craftsmanship, and he also dressed in the old man's craftsmanship. Li Tsunyuan sighed, it's a pity that I have never tasted Mr. Zhou's craftsmanship. In less than 10 minutes, a traditional charcoal copper shabu-shabu was brought up, followed by 4 plates of moderately thick mutton slices. Yun Haiyang continued to introduce, Lao Zhou's mutton slices are all freshly cut, although there is no frozen mutton. The seeds are as thin as paper, but taste better. Try it and see. An Liang picked up a piece of mutton with chopsticks and put it in a charcoal-fired copper shabu-shabu pot to scald it. Then he tried the dried chili dip dish first. The fresh mutton slices combined with the dried chili had a unique taste. The dried chili dip dish is good and has a Xingqing style. An Liang praised. An Liang heated another chopstick of mutton slices. He tried the spicy dipping sauce again, and still gave a good review. Not bad, not bad. Not only was the dipping dish done well, the mutton actually had no smell, but had an indescribable light fragrance. Ha, I thought you couldn't taste it. Yun Haiyang said quickly, this is the reason that restricts the expansion of the old Zhou family. All their sheep are raised by themselves. They have their own breeding farm in Xianing, because the breeding cost is too high. In addition, the breeding methods are kept secret, so their family cannot expand their scale. Ding! Through the delicious food shared by friends, the host obtains satisfactory taste bud enjoyment. Congratulations to the host for sharing cashback card. Chapter 101. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Sharing cashback card, the host invites up to 7 people to gather and share. When the sharing is over, the host's consumption will be randomly selected to be settled 1 to 10 times, and then multiplied by the satisfaction of the 7 sharers, and finally the cashback settlement will be made. The consumption bonus of the sharing cashback card is much lower than that of the food enjoyment cashback card, because the consumption bonus of the food enjoyment cashback card is 1 to 100 times randomly selected, but An Liang discovered the key point. The food enjoyment cashback card is limited to delicious food, and a maximum of 3 people can be invited, but there is no limit on food with the sharing cashback card. And there are even more people sharing the cashback card, with 7 places available, which means the upper limit of the second coefficient is 7 times. Since there is no restriction on sharing food with the sharing cashback card, An Liang is wondering if he should go to the workers' sports center. To be honest, good man An Liang has not been in a bar yet. I heard that there are dragon sets in bars, big dragons and small dragons, and a set costs tens of thousands. According to this consumption limit, it is not a problem for 8 people to spend 6 figures in the bar, right? What if you are lucky and randomly draw a 10-fold cashback, and add a 6-fold coefficient? Brother Liang, try this secret sheep scorpion. An Liang introduced, their sheep and scorpions are of medicinal grade, but have a balanced taste. They not only taste good, but also nourish the body. Eat a few more and arrange a Ferrari sale tonight. An Liang complained in response, "That you think too much. Brother Yang, I'm serious, she and I have known each other before, and we are friends. We are just friends now." An Liang chuckled, and Liang tasted the sheep scorpion again. Sure enough, it had a faint medicinal taste, but it was almost undetectable. Maybe it was specially left by the store to prove that it was a medicinal food series. More than an hour later, as the mutton-boiled meal came to an end, Li Tsunyuan asked first, "Brother Liang, what are your plans for the afternoon?" An Liang responded, "I'll make arrangements for the new Audi Q7 in the afternoon, something my old man arranged, in case he doesn't reimburse me for Ferrari." Am I going to cry to death? An Liang said that he had a lot of question marks. An Liang meant that he paid the money first and then reported the account, so the amount of funds in An Liang's own hands exceeded 6 million. Li Tsunyuan had obviously thought of this. He and An Liang looked at each other in the same way. An Liang complained, "I beg you to be a human being. What's wrong with me?" An Liang looked confused. An Liang looked at An Liang's doubts and complained again, "I couldn't tell for a moment whether you were faking it or not." An Liang continued, "Brother Liang, what you mean is that you have more than 6 million yuan in idle funds, and then you first bought a Ferrari worth more than 6 million yuan, and then went back to pay for it, right? Is there a problem?" An Liang asked back. Cloud Ocean Story. It seems okay. An Liang sighed, "I finally understand what the family group said before about your attitude after saving Xinshin." What attitude? An Liang asked curiously. I believe you should know that my cousin's identity is not simple, right? An Liang is a bit of a showdown. Wait a moment. Brother Liang, wait a moment. An Liang interrupted An Liang. An Liang looked at An Liang in confusion. An Liang deliberately pressed his hands on the table before saying, "You can start now. Is the plot of The Richest Tomato coming and you going to have a showdown?" An Liang added, "Don't worry, I can hold on. Roll roll roll." An Liang laughed angrily at An Liang, "But yes, your family's conditions are good, and you really don't need to please my cousin's family." An Liang responded calmly, "If you are sincere, you will make friends. When you are together, you will gather, and when you are disgusted, you will scatter. There is no need to do too many bells and whistles." An Liang continued, "We all have similar personalities, similar views, and the same stance, so we can naturally become friends. For example, the 3 of us buddies, if you had said what are you looking at the auto show before, I would definitely have said what are you looking at in reply, and then I wouldn't be able to eat hot pot like now, right?" An Liang gave an example. Li Tsunyuan joked, "Did you know that you hacked some of your buddies?" An Liang scratched his head in embarrassment. It definitely doesn't mean anything bad. It's local characteristics, local characteristics. For example, we in Xingqing also have similar local characteristics. Yun Haiyang said curiously, what are the local characteristics over there like? I'll ask you first, so as not to encounter the local characteristics later when I go to see the second sister. An Liang responded seriously, when someone looks at you over there, just respond, you are really a Bao Pilong. An Liang continued, Bao Pilong is the dialect of our Xingqing. Bao means treasure, and Pilong is the most noble of the 9 sons of the dragon. Together, it means noble treasure, which expresses goodwill. Li Tsunyuan asked doubtfully, is there still such a thing? Yun Haiyang suddenly clicked on the screen of his mobile phone, and Yun Xian's voice came from the loudspeaker of the mobile phone, yeah, Uncle Haiyang is Bao Pilong. Yun Xin. Yun Xie's voice also came over, obviously scolding Yun Xian. Brother Liang, do you think I believe it? Yun Haiyang looked at An Liang speechlessly. Chapter 102. You are listening at novelfull.audio. In Mr. 13's bar, marketing staff Xiao Tian led An Liang and his party to a large card next to the dance floor, and thoughtfully prepared a wine list for An Liang. Brother Liang, please see how to arrange it. When An Liang sat down, Oda directly knelt down on one knee, which made people very comfortable in terms of service attitude. An Liang looked at the wine list and asked, I heard that the bar has some magic tricks, what do you guys have here? Have it? Xiao Tian's eyes lit up and he introduced more attentively, yes, Brother Liang, we have 3 sets here, including the gold version, pink gold version and purple gold version of the little dragon for 42,888 yuan, plus the green gold version and platinum version. That's 78,888 yuan, plus the black gold version is the Shenhao, the price is 98,888 yuan. An Liang said directly, let's get a set of big dragons. The smile in Xiaotian's eyes was even more obvious, okay, Brother Liang, I will arrange a big dragon for you immediately. In addition, I will give Brother Liang a variety of fruit plates, snacks, and beer. Just look at the arrangements. An Liang responded, when Xiao Tian left, Yun Haiyang immediately suppressed his voice and whispered, Brother Liang is awesome, Brother Liang is grand, the big dragon, Xiao Shiwan. Thanks, Brother Liang. Li Tsunyuan responded, Chao Yiming, who was having a drink, was in the corner. He had no intention of talking. After all, he just came here to have a drink, and he was not familiar with everyone, so he naturally didn't know what to say. Chen Xiyu sat on An Liang's left, she said jokingly he said, he is indeed a rich man who can withdraw all the money on pista instantly. Is my car arranged? An Liang asked back, that Ferrari 488 pista needs to be transported back to Xingqing on a truck to get the license plate. An Liang is not from the imperial city, does not have an imperial household registration, and does not have the qualification for a license plate in the imperial city. Don't worry, a master will help put on the invisible car cover in the afternoon. It should have been sent to the truck by this time, and it will arrive in Xingqing the day after tomorrow at the latest. Chen Xiyu explained. Going to the car show tomorrow? An Liang asked casually. Chen Xiyu nodded affirmatively, of course. As I said before, it's $2,000 a day, and I'm not working as a car model. When I meet a wealthy person like you, and you get a commission when you sell a car, why not go for it? It seems to make sense. An Liang responded. Of course a wealthy person like you doesn't care. When Chen Xiyu responded, all kinds of lights suddenly lit up in Mr. 13, and the spotlight shone a bright beam on An Liang's big card. The DJ on the scene said enthusiastically, congratulations to the big card number 3. Brother Liang likes to bring a set of big dragons. With the hustle and bustle of the DJ on the scene, some energetic men and women who came to Mr. 13 early also looked at An Liang. Mr. 13's low-end purchase did reach 1,000 yuan, but there were still not many people ordering the big-ticket food. An Liang was a little speechless. Ordering a drink that costs less than 100,000 yuan is such a big deal. Fortunately, An Liang didn't say it. Otherwise Yun Haiyang would have complained in envy and jealousy again. In what bar can't a great actor cost nearly 100,000 yuan be placed in a bar? However, Brother Liang is a decent person who has experienced the ups and downs of Huya live broadcasting platform. He only has less than 100,000 yuan. Who do you look down on? When Brother Liang controlled thunder and lightning on the Huya platform, he had millions of funds, so how could he care about something that cost less than 100,000 yuan? A bunny girl came pushing a trolley, and more bunny girls followed with various props. Xiao Tian came to An Liang first. He squatted down again, and said politely, "Brother Liang, let's decorate the big card for you, a must-have item for the Shenhao set." An Liang did not refuse, although An Liang felt this was a bit embarrassing, but he seen Yun Haiyang's excited expression, and seeing the others eager to try, and Liang had no intention of stopping him. After all, these tools are needed for the satisfaction of the person. 6 bottles of Ace of Spades were placed in the middle of the coffee table, 2 large fruit plates were placed on the left and 1 on the right, and there was a lot of beer. The bunny girls also completed the decoration of the big cards, and Liang greeted, "Xiao Tian, what are you doing standing still?" "They're all open." That Xiao Tian had a black question mark on his face. Xiao Tian's ability to observe people's emotions is very high. He has already seen that An Liang is not familiar with other people, especially people like Chao Yiming in the corner. Therefore, Xiao Tian guesses that An Liang orders a great dragon set to give a scene, and then opens 1 or 2 bottles of meaning, and others save some and order some relatively cheap champagne to make up the money. In the end, An Liang ordered to open it all. Xiao Tian said that he had never met such a customer before. Among the spirited men and women who often go to bars, who doesn't have some tips for storing alcohol? Isn't it a basic skill to watch people order food? Fully open. Oda asked to confirm, so as to avoid mishearing. Certainly. An Liang responded affirmatively, "There are 8 of us and only 6 bottles of wine. I think it's trivial." "Okay, Brother Liang." Xiao Tian no longer hesitated. He couldn't figure out what An Liang meant. Anyway, as long as he understood the instructions, it would be fine if An Liang told him. Li Tsunyuan gave a thumbs up and said, "Brother Liang is awesome." Yun Haiyang agreed, "Ha ha ha, Brother Liang is so awesome." Chao Yiming also praised, "Thank you Brother Liang is awesome, Brother Liang is awesome." Just now, Chao Yiming had the same idea as Xiao Tian. He originally thought that An Liang was just holding on for a scene, but he turned on all the crazy things. Excuse me, he really doesn't understand the world of rich people. Chapter 106. You are listening at novelfull.audio. It's getting late, let's try to clear away the remaining wine. Brother Yuan, Brother Haiyang, have you two been raising fish for too long? An Liang said jokingly, the Wanzai milk he gave to Chen Siyu has now become the cup of Li Tsunyuan and Yun Haiyang, both of them have become smelly salted fish. Xiao Tian, go get the list. An Liang meant to pay the bill. Xiao Tian said that it was too difficult for him. He also drank a lot today, at least more than 1 bottle. After all, Li Tsunyuan and Yun Haiyang had a break, so he could only go up and collect the heads. Okay, Brother Liang, please wait. Xiao Tian responded quickly. After a while, Xiao Tian brought over a small ticket and a mobile POS machine. He handed the small ticket to An Liang first, and then took the initiative to say, Brother Liang, 2 big dragons are 197,776 yuan, and other small drinks, all considered as gifts. Originally, Wanzai milk cost 68 yuan a can. In addition, I wiped out the small change for Brother Liang, and the final bill was 197,000. Xiao Tian almost wiped out about 1,000 yuan with this operation. Although the money is not much, this attitude makes people comfortable, and Liang responded, just 200,000. The rest is your tip. Xiao Tian did not refuse. He quickly bowed and thanked, thank you, Brother Liang. Of course you have to keep the tip given by the rich boss. If you refuse, does that mean you are not giving face to the rich boss? An Liang directly swiped his card to pay. He first said, Brother Yuan, brother Haiyang, let's take the first step. You guys do it yourself? Li Tsunyuan responded, let's go, together. Yun, Haiyang also nodded, well, let's run away together. Han Lin and Xia Ying's group did not leave. There were 2 bottles of Ace of Spades champagne and a large amount of beer on site. For bar veterans like them, they could still pretend to be fake, so why should they leave in a hurry? Outside Mr. 13's bar, An Liang put Chen Siyu in the car first and asked her to send a message after she arrived safely, because Chen Siyu had hardly drunk anything and was very sober now. An Liang did not see her off, he sent Chen Siyu off. An Liang and the other 2 looked at each other and laughed in the end. I'm sorry, brother Liang, let's just talk about this today. Really, I didn't think twice about it. Li Tsunyuan brought up old things again, and Liang patted Li Tsunyuan's arm, don't talk about these things between buddies. Yun, Haiyang suggested, how about the 3 of us have sex? I drank half a bowl of porridge and had another boring meal in the evening, and now I am so hungry. I think it works. An Liang agreed. Li Tsunyuan responded affirmatively, let's take a look, I know a very good store. Because everyone was drunk, it was naturally impossible to drive. The 3 of them hailed a taxi and, under Li Tsunyuan's guidance, arrived at a small alley on a branch road. The alley was still very lively late at night, and there were many people on the sidewalk. There were many small tables, and 2 barbecue grills were grilling various skewers. Li Tsunyuan greeted, old sheep, 30 meat skewers, 6 kidneys, 6 tendons, 30 ribs, and cook some brains. In addition, the deadly wusu comes up. Receive. A middle-aged man responded. Li Tsunyuan introduced, this is a stronghold known to people from the old imperial capital. I ate their skewers when I was in elementary school. Their craftsmanship is really good. Yun, Haiyang nodded in agreement, don't say much, we'll find out when the string comes up. After a while, the grilled mutton skewers came first, and An Liang immediately tried it. The mutton skewers from this unknown barbecue restaurant were charred on the outside and tender on the inside. The mutton was delicate and had no smell. More importantly, the cumin in the barbecue was really fragrant and not greasy. It is indeed worthy of praise from Li Tsunyuan and Yun Haiyang. Good. An Liang grabbed another meat skewer, the 3 of them drank and skewered it until about 1 o'clock in the morning before they separated. An Liang naturally returned to the Ekla Hotel and lay on the hotel bed. An Liang checked the prompt information sent by the winner of Life System, ding. Congratulations to the host for completing a sharing party, with a total consumption of 197,000, and a random increase coefficient is being drawn. Congratulations to the host for obtaining an 8.5 times increase factor. Comprehensive analysis of favorability coefficient is in progress. Congratulations to the host for obtaining a 5.6 satisfaction factor. Congratulations to the host for obtaining a comprehensive growth factor of 47.6, and the total cashback reward is. The host triggers a random task, to relieve the guilt of friends. Congratulations to the host for completing the random task and gaining an additional satisfaction factor of 2. The comprehensive growth coefficient is being recalculated. After redesign and calculation, the host's comprehensive growth coefficient is 95.2, and the total cashback reward is 18.7544 million yuan. Do you want to withdraw it immediately? An Liang chose to withdraw immediately, and the Life Winner system once again issued a special reminder, mainly to explain that this time the source of the funds was reliable and the security was absolutely no problem. After reading the feedback from the Life Winner system, An Liang found that after spending more than 6 million yuan, his capital had dropped to 20 million yuan. Now he has received more than 18 million yuan, and his capital reserves have directly increased, breaking through 38 million. Although he received more than 18 million in shared cashback rewards, An Liang discovered a problem.